All right, good evening, everyone. Sorry we're a few minutes delayed, but we'll call to order this meeting of the Manhasset Board of Education. We'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance, please. United States of America, the Republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, thank you very much. We started this a little bit later tonight because we did have a student recognition over in the middle school library, and it was for the performance of our elementary students in the hackathon, and what a incredible performance from this group, and we're so excited. So I did want to just mention that both the Shelter Rock and Muncie Park coders continue to dominate. Shelter Rock with the first place win and a second place team banner. Shelter with third place win or third place and a second place on the team logo. So, what an incredible performance. Thanks to Debbie Costello and Dina, and it's impressive. So before we get to Dr. Pelletari's comments, I just wanted to make note of that. So, but over to you, Dr. P.
Mr. Post, thank you so much. And as usual, yeah, there is a great many things going on in the district. My district set spotlight newsletter will be going out tomorrow, but just an abbreviated version on May 22nd. Many people have asked me, do we have that snow day? Do we have that day off again still, or did it go away? And because of New York State's actions, our governor declaring those 2 snow days back in February, the 23rd and 24th, as emergency days, we will keep our May 22nd Friday as a no school day. Catherine, what do you think? You want to go against that? You want to object to that? Okay. So we will have that day off. We're making that official announcement to everyone. Okay. Our 3 through 8 students just completed the New York State ELA assessment this week. We appreciate the hard work of our students, our administration, family, getting kids out, getting to schools on time. We know the schedule gets a little hokey during that week, and we appreciate everyone. Our IT team did a great job because it's now online, a lot of that test, all of that testing, and we survived all that much better than last year where things started to fail. I know, not to our fault. Yes, New York State, yes, very clear. Excellent. So that's done. And then the math assessment is going to be April 28th and April 29th, just a forewarning. We'll have that same type of schedule again. The Manhasset Secondary Virtual Enterprise team made it to the national semifinals of the 2026 Youth Business Summit. It's just the second year we've had the VE team. They have a company called Attached Hair Ties. Not sure what that means. What's an attached hair tie?
So the hair ties track, which is actually really cool. So you can see where a child goes, or if you had an older individual that you wanted to see where they were, is that the hair tie would do that for you.
Gosh, brilliant. I guess that's why I keep winning. Yes. So the kids it's the second year we've had the program, and they are one of 10 semifinal teams. Only 3 in New York State made it in the entire state. Yes, only 3 teams made it. So that's very incredible. And we appreciate their efforts. 3 6th graders, Bradley Cho, Aiden Zhao, and Benjamin Villa, had the highest scores on all Long Island in the first in math competition back on March 19th. They'll be competing, I hope, in New York State Championship, which will be in June. And because they're a top scoring team, they won $1,000 for their school, Shelter Rock. We'll see how we can spend that. Last night at the Peter J. Schmidt Legislative Chamber in Mineola, Nassau County Comptroller Elaine Phillips honored Manhasset Senior Nathaniel Zhang in Math, Accounting, and Finance Award Ceremony. Comptroller Phillips shared a brief synopsis from Nathaniel's essay, which contained information on his role as the CEO of the Manhasset Virtual Enterprise firm. Senior Lucianne Keung and I were actually right up the street at the Manhasset Town Hall last evening. This was due to her work with the 2026 Regeneron Science Talent Scholar. Lucianne is one of 300 students selected nationwide for this prestigious science and math competition. Really quickly, her project was Unable Morphology of Zero Waste Cellulose Nanofiber Hydrogels via a Novel Gelatin Mediated ice inhibition mechanism for sustainable agriculture and water remediation. That was part of my interview, that I had to be able to say that, and I was able to do that. Lastly, Mr. Jeff Riley, former Massachusetts Commissioner of Education and current Executive Director of MIT, raises Day of AI program, will be here in district Wednesday, April 22nd in the high school auditorium. Mr. Riley is a recognized leader in education and innovation with deep expertise in preparing students for a rapidly evolving technology-rich world. And his current role in Day of AI, he is helping to shape how schools approach artificial intelligence in ways that are thoughtful, ethical, and accessible for all learners. This is in partnership with the SCA. We're very happy to announce, and we're looking forward to this night again, April 22nd. And he's very impressed with our program, according to Rebecca. That's outstanding. Thank you so much, and that concludes my report.
All right, any questions for Dr. P? All right, so I neglected to get approval for a motion to approve the minutes from the last meeting, so let's just go back to that. So can I have a motion to approve the minutes? Second, all in favor? All right, 3-0, we still have a quorum here, so thank you for that. So next we're gonna go to the approval and adoption of the budget for the I'm sorry. Was there other student recognition? That was back in. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes. I'm sorry. I'm getting on to the regular business. Sorry. Please, our student delegate report. You're up next.
Sorry, thank you so much. So the Student Senate will be meeting next week on Thursday to discuss elections and preparations for next year. You guys are all invited to attend as per usual. And that is it. We will be continuing to update and follow up with the school regarding the mental health surveys that the Wellness Committee had put out, and just focusing on preparations for next year.
Catherine, will you be our delegate next year?
I don't know about that one.
Going off to, you're going to be at school?
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. I'll see what I can do about that, Catherine.
That's an enticing.
Catherine, can I ask you about the sign up for voting? How do the students, did we have that and how that go?
Yes, so we had our voter registration drive already. We had people manning the tables by the auditorium. We had a lot of people sign up. We're going to do an overview at next week's meeting just to see the turnout in comparison to last year. But it was pretty much a success so far. Yeah, and we will continue to run the drive next year as well. They will, not me.
Can I ask, is prom tomorrow? Are the seniors excited for the event tomorrow?
Yes, that's going to be very exciting.
All right, great. Thank you very much for that. All right, so next I'll have Dr. Pelletieri talk about our 2026-2027 budget adoption.
Mr. Post, thank you very much. Tonight, there is a resolution on the agenda for the adoption of the 2026-2027 Manhasset School District budget. It will be in the amount of $118,948. Yeah, that's a short budget. Yes, $118,948,591 for the 26-27 school year. It is a budget, quite frankly, we've been working on since Gerard arrived, and probably even before that. We started having extensive conversations and meetings back in October, I recall. And these meetings were monthly meetings, weekly meetings. Sometimes, Gerard, we had daily meetings, literally with the entire team up here, the team at the high school. We had the principals involved as well, directors. It really is a big part of what we do, and it is what drives the school district. And so I'm very pleased with the budget that we're presenting to the community. The community will have a chance to look at it tomorrow when we put as much as we can online as we work through the rest of the presentations. We're going to have a brief presentation tonight, but the budget really highlights our commitment to our students, our vision and our mission. There are lower class sizes represented here. There are new areas in which we are moving forward as we had promised to the community. So I'm very excited to, again, a brief presentation because we've covered a lot of the budget over the past few months. But Gerard, I know that we do have some, a presentation for everyone if you want to pop up there and pull that up. And we're going to have the approval of the property tax report card. Go ahead, Gerard.
So just a quick overview For the 26-27 school year, the budget is the proposed budget is $118,948,591. It's a budget to budget increase of $3.9 million or 3.39%, which is within our tax levy limit. Our tax levy limit was calculated at 3.44%, and we are at our tax levy limit.
Okay, yep, I will jump in here. Supporting our priority areas, we have four real focus priority areas. One of them is inspire growth in every student, and this really talks about overall what's happening with our curriculum. We've promised a continuation of our engineering, broadcast journalism, and computer science pathways. That is going to happen here. Project Lead the Way, biomedical sciences pathways is continuing. Biomedical science is continuing. Human body systems is new in this next year. We have a business pathway and virtual enterprise program expansion. There are some new courses at the high school in personal finance. That's one that the state has mandated. There are other courses, comparative AP, comparative government, Italian 1, and Chinese 2, which is growing forward as we move forward. The Seal of Biliteracy, which was offered this year, we're very pleased to have some great information around that in terms of kids that will receive the Seal of Biliteracy. About 100 kids in our first year of its inception, which is just really outstanding. And this next year, we will produce and move forward with the Seal of Civic Readiness, and we'll talk more about that as we go forward. I know we've talked about that a bit already. Gerard, thank you. Another area that we support is growth for every educator. Vital that we continue to grow as educators, myself included. We go to professional development all the time. And next year, AI is playing a bigger and bigger role in almost all that we do. And we'll have a large role in our professional development as well. We talk about the impact of artificial intelligence in our schools. We're looking at, I really love our rollout. We're looking at students. We're looking at staff. We're looking at administrators. We've included parents in much of our conversation as well. So it's vital that we've done that. And I appreciate all the work that many people have done around the AI, really spearheaded by Rebecca. Thank you. Professional development to support elementary report card revision as well. We've been working on this for a couple of years now, trying to get the report card just where we think it should be. And I was very pleased to see many of our teachers from across both schools having a voice, working up here in the office, working together, enjoying their time together to make sure that they all had a voice and a say in the report card rollout. And we're going to actually have parents look at the report cards before they're done as well. And that's going to take place next week. And we have our ongoing elementary literacy and math instructional coaching. Gerard, you want to jump in here? I'm dying. You want me to just you take this one, Gerard. I know, I did say that. I did say, you just stay. I feel bad. You just stand there. All right, I'll keep going, Gerard. I'll keep going.
The next one.
Okay, you do the next one. Thank you. The budget supports, again, student and educator instructional technology. It's such an important role. A part of what we do. Technology is again, not all that we do, but it's a piece. It's a part of, it's a tool of what we do. We're going to continue our equipment rotation to keep things refreshed. Obviously, new smart document cameras. We're going to be replacing desktops as we move forward, new smart boards. Our Chromebooks need to be on a replacement cycle. I'm glad that we're doing that, obviously. We have to replace servers and switches, data storage backups, and all these things cost money. You can't imagine how much they cost. Well, you probably could because you're buying things at your home as well. And so think about buying it for 1,000 people or something along those lines. So there's a lot to do, and this is a priority area, and this budget supports that. And certainly supports our instructional programs, our operational software, and cybersecurity is a real concern as we have lived through here in Manhasset schools.
And we're doing so much in our buildings, so we just want to continue. We're going to do HVAC replacements. We're going to indoor air quality maintenance, district-wide irrigation, camera upgrades throughout the district, vehicle purchase of our maintenance grounds, additional guard at the secondary building, and additional coverage for evening and weekend events. So we just want to keep going with updating our buildings.
As security is always a primary focus, right? I know you could have the greatest school system in the world. If you don't have safe and secure schools, if people don't feel safe and secure, it's not going to work. So by increasing our security during the day and evening events, I think is a wise thing to allocate resources toward. You want to talk about this, Gerard, as well, the capital project?
Yes. So this is something new that we're doing. We've had a capital reserve. So we are going to spend from the capital reserve. And it's important to note that it's at no additional cost to the taxpayers. However, it does require that we advise the community what we're doing, and we do need the community support. So it has to get voted on, but we propose to spend $1.7 million from the capital reserve. Capital reserve has about $7 million in it now. So we propose to spend 1.7 for gymnasium renovations, replacing the padding and the sound system. Bathroom renovations, we want to continue that because we have renovated bathrooms throughout the district. So we want to keep with our renovation projects. Classroom renovations, painting, replacing ceilings and floors, unit ventilators. So we're able to do some unit ventilators within the regular operational budget, as well as do additional classroom renovations and unit ventilators with the capital reserve. Common area conversion. So there's the space in the secondary school, actually in the middle school. We want to convert that into a meeting space, 2 meeting rooms in the middle school. And the security upgrades, license plate readers at Muncie Park and Shelter Rock. Right now we have them at the secondary school. So we want to make sure that we have them throughout the district.
Oh, yep, voter registration, voter information is here, and we have a voter information page. This presentation will be put up, right? Our district clerk, Nicole. Oh, look at that. Thank you so much. It's already up. I can click up. Whoa, go back 1 second, please. There's information that I can click on there, and information about absentee early voting deadlines, applications. Ballots must be received on May 19th by 5 p.m. And those are for absentee and early voting deadlines. The regular vote is May 19th, 2026, 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. only up at the high school. I know we vote other times at the elementaries, but this is only up at the high school. And that will be at the high school gymnasium.
Thank you very much. Does anybody have any questions?
I do. So the plate readers, are we connecting them with the Nassau Police Department? They should be. There's no reason to have them if we don't connect them with the Nassau Police Department.
I'm not exactly sure, but I will make a note of that and make sure. Yeah, okay. Okay, all right. Connect with the. Any other questions?
Just to clarify, the community will be voting twice, once on the budget and once on the capital line item as well, correct? So they'll have.
So there will be 2 propositions. There's a
Okay.
proposition for the budget, proposition number 1, and then a proposition number 2 is for the expenditure from the capital reserve.
Thank you, Gerard.
All right, so yeah, I'll just make a couple comments. Number 1, Gerard, thank you. You're obviously in your first year here. I think you have come into the district and done so in, you hit the ground running just like Dr. Pelletieri. So thank you for all the work. And I know we had a lot of work to do behind the scenes in terms of the pipes and plumbing, the technology, the software, the accounting systems we use. We've been able to upgrade those. I don't think, you know, there's an appreciation. We still have more to do. And same, thank you, Dina, for working through all of our systems upgrades. I think it's going to put us in a better position as we go forward. Number 2, I am sensitive to the increases that we're passing on. 3.4%, you know, it's $3.9 million. It's significant, but the reality is inflation is real. So that basically keeps us even, right? I mean, that is sort of the rate of inflation. We have contractual obligations, we have labor contracts, we have healthcare contracts, we have you know, pension contributions. All of those things are going up. So even though we are presenting the community with this budget with a, you know, a meaningful increase, it sort of is keeping us level. And we're going to have to think about that as we go forward if we want to deliver more services, improve facilities, security to our community and students. There might be a day where we ask for more, and we should just be prepared as a community to have that discussion. But I think we did a very good job managing and balancing like what we want to deliver for our kids and being responsible stewards of our community and the taxpayers. So thank you, everyone, for all the hard work, and doing so, coming into a new situation is not easy to do. So, and you did it very, very well. So with that, I'll open it up to any community discussion if anyone wants to comment on the budget. All right, so then I will ask for a motion to approve the 2026-2027 budget. Maria, as a second. Allison, all in favor? All right, that is passed. Congratulations, everyone. That's always a big milestone. Thank you for passing our budget for Manhasset schools.
Mr. Post, if I could just real quick before we move ahead, I want to thank Gerard for his leadership and spearheading this. Obviously, as you stated, I just want to reiterate much of the work that went into this. Rebecca, Dina, Laura, the leadership that they showed in terms of really trying to get us all going in the right direction. And Quinn is sitting out in our audience as well. Quinn Paggi, who plays a large role in this. So just thanks to everybody. And Gerard, thank you very much.
Well said. So of course, with the good comes the bill, the due bill. So this is obviously one of the important roles that we play here, and one of our that's bestowed upon us is to levy the tax to pay for all of this. So that's something that we have to do, and you can see that here on our agenda. So can I have a motion to approve our property tax report card? Maria's motion, second Allison, all in favor? All right, that's 3-0. Thank you very much for that. So that's a great milestone for the district. Yes, and then any other, all right, so now we're going to move on to our French program. Is there anything else? Oh, we won. All right, good.
Game that is?
All right, good. Yes. All right, so our next item for discussion tonight is our French program for next year, and I will send that over to Dr. Chowsky and the team.
Yeah, I'll jump in for 1 second. We have worked very hard with our French program for many years, and actually one of the people that has helped this French program is sitting in the back there. I don't know if you'd want us to notice that or not, but okay, never mind. But we are going through a period of transition here, and I'm going to ask Dr. Chowsky to catch us up on what our plans are moving forward.
Thank you, Dr. Pelletieri. First of all, I apologize. I normally don't speak from notes, but this is complex and long, and I'm gonna use these pieces. We want to start off by acknowledging that the French program, we have had difficulty in the last 2 years. We have had a real problem finding strong French instructor. This is not unique to Manhasset. French programs are facing similar challenges across New York. We recognize that we needed to shift direction and revamp the French program. We heard and we took extensive feedback from students and parents. We listened carefully and we followed up and included this feedback in our work to rectify this throughout the school year. And this has been a long, ongoing process, and I want to thank my colleagues for the work that they have done with me. Earlier this year, we have provided professional support. We had hired Mr. Francesco Franco, a retired world language program department head, as a coach for the prior French teacher, and also to assess our program. We wanted to determine what areas we could support with sustainability and success, not only for our students, but also to ensure that our instructor, who had 5 preps, which is very difficult, would be successful. We've collaborated with other districts to support, and we've had teacher visits where the teachers have gone and worked with them as well. We've also invested in a new curriculum and textbooks to ensure that it maximized teacher support and curriculum strength. So even so, it did not work out this year. So action steps in hiring. First of all, we are very fortunate and grateful that Mrs. Arlette Siffer came out of retirement to support us again this year. She did so for a portion of last year as well. As soon as we knew this issue occurred, the probationary position was posted early and individuals were contacted and connected. We did a lot of back work with local, state, upstate, and tri-state area colleges and universities to find candidates or individuals studying to become French teachers because candidates were not coming forward. People are not studying for this degree. We've utilized listservs and professional networks, all of us, for candidates. We've contacted retirees and former subs across Long Island. Ms. Maggiacomo has attended hiring fairs and tapped consulting firms for candidates. Dr. Pelletieri contacted the French consulate. We've also updated our student teaching pathway to ensure that student teaching observers are able to gain access to our district, paving the way to encourage exceptional teacher candidates across the board, not just for French, but primarily for this area. As you can see, we have explored many avenues, none of which yielded candidates that measure up to Manhasset expectations. We've also worked to strengthen our French curriculum and materials, as we said, with a teacher. We're in a tricky situation. We can't just hire people off the street who speak French. The individual must be New York State certified and have all the background checks and training necessary to provide maximum protection for our students. We are very lucky, however, that we have current staff member who is dually certified in French and Spanish, and she stepped forward. Ms. Valerie Schuster, who currently teaches the 7th grade French and is the advisor for the French Honor Society. She's established positive relationships with students in the program, will be teaching next year French 1-2, which is grade 8, French 2 and 3, grades 9 and 10 respectively, French 4 honors, grade 11, and AP French, grade 12. It's huge. We've already begun to prepare for this work with textbooks, curriculum, and support from colleagues in other districts, and also people who are here, which we are grateful, who did not want to be recognized again. Ms. Schuster has already attended the AP French Summer Institute last summer, so she is well prepared for that work as well. Unfortunately, this means that Ms. Schuster will be scheduled for a full teaching load, 5 sections, and will not be able to offer French 7-1 next year to 7th graders. We recognize that this is disappointing to the 14 students who registered for the French 1-1 this year. Their families have been contacted and spoken with. I want to emphasize from the team that the decision was not made lightly. And after, as you've heard, extensive dedication of time, money, and effort to strengthen and correct the French program. This doesn't mean the door is permanently closed. We're still working on other alternatives. As late as this afternoon, we were making phone calls and working as well on this. Our plan and hope is to rebuild the program, find a worthy instructor, and then offer French 1 again when these students are in 9th grade. Okay? So I would say, any questions on this piece? I hope you see the work and the heart that we have put into this.
I think it's a Herculean effort that you guys undertook, and it was a journey that's been months in the making. So it's a tough call to have to make, but it's clearly understandable why that has come up. Do you foresee that then being a permanent decision, that French is off the table going forward and we'll finish off these grades? No.
We hope not.
Okay.
You know, it will depend on enrollment and otherwise, but we're committed to, it's giving us a little breathing room to find the right person who is Manhasset standards to come and teach.
All right, thank you, Dr. Chowski. Yeah, we obviously as a board have been following this since the fall, and it is a difficult situation, but I think the goal here is to try and be transparent, trying to be focused on solving a problem and an issue, and I don't think it's just us, as you said. So, we'll continue to try and work this and get better. But I think this is an amazing outcome for the situation that we have. So thank you for that. Anything else? Any public comment on the French program? Okay. All right. Thank you very much. All right. So the next order of business is what? Yeah, we're accepting a gift, which is always nice. So we're accepting a gift from the district, the Manhasset Board of Education, the Manhasset Union Free School District gratefully acknowledges and authorizes the administration to accept a gift of flower planting at Muncie Park from the Girl Scout Troop 500 to support Earth Day and the beautification of school grounds. The selected flower chosen, pansies, symbolizes nostalgia and remembrance as the girls reflect on their time at Muncie Park. So that is wonderful.
Yeah, Allison, I think did you mention, some of the young ladies or?
Yeah, I'm a Girl Scout leader myself, and this is a particularly wonderful and active troop of just wonderful, engaged, active girls and their parents who help them. They sell a lot of cookies for us. I coordinate the cookie sale, and they are wonderful, and what a nice gift from Muncie Park and a great way for them to honor their time as elementary school kids. Yeah.
My wife was a cookie wrangler. Is that what it's called? And that meant that Dad drove cookies everywhere, all over my village. Yeah. Yeah.
Calories don't count for the Girl Scout.
Yes. Wonderful. Thank you so much to them. We gladly accept.
Do we need a motion on this or we can? Okay. So I don't think we're going to have a problem passing this. Can I have a motion? Maria, second. Any discussion? No. All in favor? 3-0 to accept that gift. So thank you very much. All right. Next, moving on is our policy review. So we have 2 on the agenda
No,
tonight.
just one.
Oh, 1. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's policy number 1500, public use of district facilities. It's the final reading. The modification that was done is on the second page. You can see it online, and it's all there. So I'm just looking to the board to see if we are okay with it and we can finalize it and approve it. All in favor?
Motion.
Yeah, this is something that we have discussed several times already.
Yes.
All right. All in favor? That's 3-0 to update that, which is effectively just, bringing this up from, it hasn't been touched in a long time. So, all right. Thank you for that. Next, we'll move to our regular board discussion and committee reports. We have not had an audit committee meeting. 4/22. All right. Next week, which is the same as my son's confirmation. So we may want to adjust that if we can. Finance meeting. We did not hold a finance committee meeting this month. We were focused on the budget, and we had a successful outcome there, so we did not meet. Mac, anything to report?
Nothing to report on MAC. The SCA, just remind everyone that the fair is the first week of May. Volunteers needed. Anybody who wants to join in, please do so. Reach out, do the journal ads, donate, whatever you can do.
Tower. Anything? No one. Nadia's not here. Pace.
Case. We have a lot of items. Okay. I had a understanding resource room presented by Stuart Grabelski. He's one of our own. It's going to be held on March 17th, and is the director of the Secondary School of Pupil Services. And they discussed how to do for memberships and purposes for that. Hold on, there's more. 1 second. Teaming up to make a difference. Come watch us. Special Olympics Unified Sports promotes inclusion through shared sports training, competition experiences. This is the 4th season for us in a varsity sport. I believe the start date is April 22nd at 5 p.m. This will be posted. I'm going to see if our school will post it. Special education workshop with Tiffany Gentiles. and speak up for your child's advocacy, IEP rights and school accountability, April 1st. That was held at 7 to 8:30 the other night. And that's pretty much it. Oh, actually, no. March meeting was Understanding Resource Room. Mr. Breckles and Mr. Boone, who were special education teachers, gave a great presentation for general members. It was a topic which many parents went to know about. Unified basketball started. First game was today. Come support us at the home games. Most thank you to all who support PACE and representing PACE. Thank you.
Well done. All right, next is CASA.
CASA. So there's a few events left for CASA the rest of the school year. The 25th of April is Shed the Meds at Shelter Rock, 9:30 to 11:30 in the morning. June 2nd is the last parenting Zoom of the year. It's entitled Bringing Back Childhood. Great topic. And then for the seniors, for Catherine and her colleagues, June 11th is a panel day for the seniors. It's called Ready, Set, Go, Preparing for Life After High School, and it'll be a couple periods during the school day. And there's going to be a presentation by Dr. James Geisler, and he is Director of Wellness Services at Sacred Heart University, and he has a book out called Thrive in Year One, a guide for all the kids going off to college, and they're going to talk all about, you know, the transition to college and the challenges that they're going to face, not just inside the classroom, but in just everything else that college is going to hit them with. And then following his event, there's going to be a graduate panel, and Carrie Fallon and the guidance office is going to lead that, and there's going to be some alumni coming back for some question and answers with the graduate, the approaching graduates. It's like the sands through the hourglass are sliding away for our senior class. And that's CASA. They're going to wrap up the year with that event. And then for the EOC, the last big event is their gala. It's Tuesday, April 30th at Leonard's, and they have a great slate of honorees, including our own Dr. Chowski will be there. So
Fabulous. And thank you for all those reports and all of that work. And then Allison, I know you have another.
I have a point of
topic,
personal a point of personal privilege. We have amazing staff in all the different departments here in Manhasset, but the elementary band and orchestra educators are really gearing up for their concert season, and they wanted to personally invite all the board. I know they actually also made it to the administrators earlier this week. The work that they do is so creative and so innovative. It's much more than just playing the music. They come up with a theme and they integrate it with art and gym and the kids. The concert is like the culmination of all of this work and passion and creativity. So for Muncie Park, I have invites for all of us. Their theme is going around the world. So they've brought our own personal passports and plane tickets, boarding passes for us to come. And Muncie Park is Wednesday, May 6th. So let me see. Ted, this is for you from Muncie Park. And Maria, this is yours. And we have for Mariana and Nadia as well. And then Shelter Rock's theme this year is Celestial Sounds. They are going into space. So we have NASA ID cards for all of us, and tickets to space. So I'm going to pass those out. I'm going to hear Maria, this is yours. And their concert is Wednesday, May 13th, the week after Muncie Park. And just give me one more second. I just want to appreciate the teachers, because it takes a lot of love and time and effort and creativity to take a concert and turn it into, you know, like a trip to space and a trip around the world. So at Muncie Park, the band is David Van Boxel, and the orchestra is Linda Corella, filling in for Samantha Goldberg, who's on leave. And at Shelter Rock, Nicole Millman is doing the band work, and Sam Butenmuller is doing the orchestra. So they are really pumped for an exciting May, a concert season. Of course, the concerts aren't just at the elementary school. There's going to be a whole season of concerts all throughout the district. And they're so proud of this, and they really wanted to invite us personally. So thank you for the time.
Yeah, I'm speechless. This is, I mean, for those who can't see this or at home, I mean, I have my own passport with my picture, a raised stamp, you know, like a proper legal document, passport stamps, and then my own sort of NASA and celestial badge here with a ticket. It's incredible. I'm speechless. It's amazing. You are cordially invited to attend Muncie Park Tours Abroad Spring Band and Orchestra Concert on Wednesday, May 6th. Please accept these complimentary boarding passes as your ticket to an evening of musical travel and celebration. Like, amazing. Thank you so much. And thank you to the teachers and the kids who are doing all this. I can't wait.
If the music is half as good as the invite,
I mean, I feel like I want to put this in a capsule and save it.
Miss Pescatori, when you go to Italy, don't take the wrong passport. I know you're probably heading there this summer.
Wow, that is amazing. So thank you, Allison, for making us aware and inviting us. That's amazing. So, all right, great. So we'll move on through the agenda. The next item is our personnel schedule, which is BAU of some appointments in coaching and in our staff and some substitutes, some retirements and other leaves of absence. Anything, Dina, we should know? I think it's pretty BAU. Okay, great. So can I have a motion? Thank you, Maria. Second, Allison. All in favor? That's 3-0 to approve our personnel schedule. We'll move on to the consent agenda, which is our regular business here, our 504 minutes, our special education services contracts. As usual, we're approving our federal Part B flow through allocations, for some of our other contractors. We're approving our out-of-district health and welfare services with various districts that we partner with, ratification of conference requests. We are accessing microscopes, which
Yes.
you alerted me to.
Yes.
Yes, okay.
We're going to try and find a home for them, but they're past their
Right.
use here with us.
We have the senior prom 2027. We already have to get out ahead of all these things. So we have our catering contracts. Next year, we have our BOCES Chromebook, and I know we spent time sort of trying to optimize our spend on all of that with BOCES, so that's well done. And then we have, importantly, our transportation waiver with Beacon Mobility. Any comment there? I mean, we're sort of doing this, we're doing what we have done in the past to help facilitate our.
Yes, this is something we have done year after year to support their being able to house buses here as opposed to much further out, which would be more costly for them and then there for us. Gerard, any other comment? That's it, right?
That's it. That's it.
Thank you.
It's a sensible thing to do. And then other things, just tree service, irrigation service, our claims report. That's all I see. Any questions on the consent agenda? Yes.
I just want to make a comment because I think a lot of the community members saw previously before it was amended on the agenda. The junior prom is at one location and the senior prom will be at another location. It's not at the same place. So just make that very clear. 2 different dates as well.
All right, so I'll have a motion, please. Second, Allison, all in favor? We pass the consent agenda. And then obviously important items of interest coming up. We have our BOCES board elections coming up at the end of April. And then for us in this community, we have a formal budget hearing on the 7th. And then on the 19th is our budget vote, BOE election. So I know everyone will get out and participate and vote in those elections. All right. So now we are at open time, public comment. If anyone would like to make a comment about anything on their mind. No? Okay. I think we've done it then. I'll take a motion to adjourn. Second, all in favor? All right. Thank you very much and good night, everyone.